Welcome back to the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube. Welcome back to Football Share Sports. I'm your host, Zach Circle Mark Merkel. Here with our host today, Aaron. Go and say hi, Aaron.
Hi.
All right, please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. So other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at the Dallas Cowboys offseason plans and what they can do to not be complete failures this next season. So, Aaron, take it away. What do you think the Cowboys should do?
Move on from Dak Prescott.
Okay, well, they can't do that.
That's what I would do, but it seems like they're looking to extend him.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yep, that is.
I've been hearing that he's looking for like $60 million a year.
Well, I mean, the extension
for a guy of all of his accolades, makes a lot of sense.
Well,
all the MVPs, all the Super Bowl championships, all the division titles. It makes a lot of sense.
Aaron, I'm just getting word. He has none of those.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I'm completely wrong.
Okay, well, aside from the Dak bashing that's going on, not dick mashing, but yeah, the Cowboys have definitely been underachievers, to say the least, the last few years, large part due to Dak Prescott's incompetence in clutch moments. Lucky for them, they're not losing.
It's not just him, though.
It's not just him.
That defense was atrocious in that last playoff game.
Yes.
God awful.
And unfortunately for them, they are not losing many pieces of that defense either. Just Stephon Gilmore. That's it. So that's a shame. Along with Stephon potentially out the door, they may lose left tackle Tyrone Smith, who is, basically on a walker and cane out there at the age of 33. Tony Pollard also due to hit free agency, who, they chose to go with him over Zeke. Not sure either one was really the answer, but it's definitely been assured that Tony Pollard was not the answer. Not at least not alone. Tony Pollard alone was not the answer. He seems to have suited better as a change of pace back, not as a lead back. So one name that's been kind of thrown around, which this would be so Dallas. Like, this would be the most stereotypical Dallas Cowboys thing to do, is go out and sign, who is it, Aaron? Derrick Henry.
Give me a position. Derrick Henry? Yeah.
Derrick Henry. A lot of people are saying Derrick Henry might go down to Dallas. And
my head immediately went to Mike Evans.
Mike Evans? I don't think they would go receiver because they've already got CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup and somebody else whose name I'm blanking on right now. But a lot of people in mainstream media have been linking Derrick Henry to Dallas because of their lack of a running game this past offseason. And I can just picture it now. Derrick Henry's going to get to Dallas. He's going to have, 4 good games. And then all of a sudden he's going to get injured because he's on the wrong side of 30 and he's a running back in the NFL. Am I wrong?
And he's their entire offense.
And he would be their entire offense, yes. Dak Prescott would get, once Derrick Henry got injured due to overuse in the first six weeks or whatever, Dak Prescott would get thrown back into the fire where he's expected to win games throwing 45 times, when that's just not a recipe for success. It never has been.
And he would, because it's the regular season.
Yep. He would win games, you're right, in the regular season. But that has just not been a recipe for success for the Cowboys come playoff time ever since Dak Prescott, ever since Tony Romo, ever since Troy Aikman, ever since Rodgers. Like the list goes on and on and on. Like that has never been the recipe for success in Dallas. They have been successful when they have ran the ball well, and not rely too much on their quarterbacks. And that's a large part because they don't tend to draft these game changing quarterbacks that they think they draft. They think Tony Romo, they think Dak Prescott is, on that elite tier of like the Josh Allens, Joe Burrows. Nobody's on Mahomes level, of course, but up there with the superstars, and they're just not. They're on the Philip Rivers level, you know? They're on the, who's someone right now that's Ryan Tannehill. Maybe slightly better than Ryan Tannehill, but, right around that sphere. So I just don't see, kind of, I'm with you. If they end up extending Dak Prescott, I don't see any success for the Cowboys in the foreseeable future. Not because Dak's a bad quarterback, but just because him in that system is just not a recipe for success.
Yeah, I mean, he's everybody hates the term. He's a game manager. You give him a good run game and good weapons to throw to, and don't make him the guy that has to win you the game. He's a good quarterback. The list of elite quarterbacks that can go out and win you a game is a lot shorter than people think. So calling somebody a game manager isn't the negative connotation that I think a lot of people, you know, take with it or imply when they say it. That's not I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing when I say it. He's just not the elite guy that's going to go out and win you a bunch of playoff games by himself against these great defenses that you're going to face. And he's not going to go win you a Super Bowl. He's got to have art like a roster like the 49ers had, you know. That kind of roster can with him can win you a Super Bowl, but you can't get that kind of roster with the kind of money that he's demanding.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are starting to ask the question is are the Cowboys actually in the football business or are they in the entertainment business? Like, are they just trying to, make as much money as possible, be this big, brand name that you'll see on people's clothes and hats, all over the country, America's team, if you want to call it that, or do they want to win championships? Because ever since Jerry Jones took over, it seems like it's been the former, not the latter. It seems like ever since Jerry Jones has stepped into, that chair or sat down into that chair, it's been more about making money and being a brand than it has been about winning football games and getting Lombardi trophies to display in a trophy case. Because if it was about winning, would have never got rid of Jimmy Johnson. If it was about winning, they would have moved on from Dak Prescott by now. Am I wrong for thinking that?
You know, I heard this saying earlier, and it really did click in my mind. Just when you think there isn't that brand of person, there is. So I don't know, maybe you're right, but I just think maybe Jimmy or not Jimmy, I'm blanking on his name.
Jerry.
Jerry, yeah. Maybe he's just not as football savvy as he thinks he is.
Well, and that's another problem then. If he's not as football savvy as he thinks he is, then he needs to get the hell out of the front office and stop making football decisions. Which I
But
know,
he's in the
yeah,
he is
he's
the Cowboys. That's the
yeah,
problem.
that's
There's
the issue.
nobody above him to tell him no.
A lot of people think that the Cowboys won't be good until he, is no longer the owner. Whether that be he sells the team or he unfortunately kicks the bucket. It's that may be true at this point, and I think it's become more and more, realistic every year that he's been the head guy, especially since the Romo years and stuff like that, where it's like oh they're right there they just need that one extra piece, that one new piece, and they get that new piece and they either fall flat the same spot they did the year before or they even backtrack a little bit, but there's no progression forward at this franchise.
I mean, he makes some good decisions. His free agent acquisitions, those are good. He's decent in the draft, CD Lamb, they drafted Micah Parsons, they drafted. These are good young guys. It's his faith in Dak Prescott that is leading them astray.
Yeah, I think a big problem is he he lets personal feelings get in the way of his football decision making from time to time, whether that be positive feelings he has towards people or negative feelings. You saw the negative side of it with Jimmy Johnson letting him go, and you see the positive sides of it with like Dak Prescott. As far as like negative feelings towards Jimmy,
Hmm.
wanting to get rid of him, positive feelings towards Dak and Tony Romo and Jason Garrett, to where like you want to hold on to those guys because you like them as people, and that's fine. They can be good people, but that doesn't mean they're good football minds or good football quarterback, or not even bad football quarterbacks, but it's just not that Super Bowl winning talent quarterback, like that Super Bowl level that you need out of a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Um, Especially to take on the pressure of being the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I will hand it to Tony Romo. He and honestly Dak Prescott. As far as like media presence goes, I don't know if many people could have done it better than the way they've operated and navigated the media landscape of being the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Because if you'd see some people like not to throw any names out there, but like for instance Cam Newton after the Super
Throw a
Bowl
name
loss,
out there.
but like Cam Newton after the Super Bowl loss with the Panthers, where everybody were getting on him because he didn't approach the media correctly. If he would have been the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, we'd still be hearing about that to this day. About how like we've never like Dak Prescott, at least he's not like Cam Newton or something like that. Um, and so I'll give it to them, props to them for being able to have that a strong that mental toughness to be able to navigate that without really skipping a beat for the most part. But as far as talent on the field goes, you just got to be better. But
No matter what,
no matter,
that when preseason rolls around, we all know what those Cowboys fans are gonna be saying.
it's our year.
It's our year.
So how about them boys? How about them boys, huh? How about them boys? 4-0 in the preseason. How about them boys? But unless you got anything else, I think that'll do it for this episode of the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube, Swivel Chair Sports. I've been your host, Zach Zuckerberg Purple, here with the host today, Aaron. Go and say bye, Aaron.
Bye.
All right. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Other than that, deuces.